What's up, y'all? Brian Mazik here, aka Franchise Play, and it is release day for NBA 2K15. So we obviously got a lot on hand for ASKFP. Let's jump into it right now. The first thing we got up is Joakim finally respected in the game. Just wondering because he's a lot better in real life than the other games. Packers 3-2. I think Joakim is a lot better in this game. I think he was good before, but I think he's even better this game because of the fact that defense matters so much more now in NBA 2K15. Guys who rotate correctly and play good defense by the basket are really valuable. That's Joakim Noah. He also wants to know, who's your World Series prediction since the playoffs start today? Now, obviously, this question came through, back on the day that the postseason started. So I'm not going to lie. My pick was the Dodgers and the Angels in the World Series. The Angels have already been eliminated and the Dodgers are down 2-1. So it's not looking real good, but I still believe the Dodgers can step up. Kershaw has to pitch better than he did in game one, though. Drewski says, I just want to know if 2K has leaderboards for online play. Unfortunately, there still aren't any leaderboards on online play. It's kind of odd. I played a game actually today online. It was pretty seamless, no lag, but still no leaderboards. I don't know why. Well, that's that for that one. So let's see. Jay wants to know, the creative wrestlers in WWE 2K15. I mentioned that they are underwhelming, but are the outfits at least good? They're okay. But I'm just being totally honest with you guys. I find it hard to believe that people are not, like, every time you look at a game early, you kind of know what people are going to complain about. I think customization is going to be what people complain about with WWE 2K15. IKGZ says, do older veterans lose badges and younger players gain badges in my league, my GM? Yes, they do. First you asked me that, I didn't know the answer, but I came back, I went through it. LeBron James, they kind of go, like, if they have a gold badge, it progresses down to silver then bronze, then they lose it. Younger players even get badges on their own, even off your team. It's awesome. Wade County says, is 2K Share returning to next gen? Yes, it is. All of these rosters and stuff like that I'm creating are all going to be available to be shared. People already got rosters out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 2K Share is definitely back, which I think is an awesome feature. Let's see. God of Rap says, what up? Is it true that during the NBA season that whatever features change on players happens in NBA 2K15 as well as WWE 2K15? I don't know. Are you talking about physical features or attributes or whatever? If we're talking about ratings, then yeah, I know on NBA 2K15 the ratings are going to go up. I don't know about on WWE 2K15. I don't think anything's going to change on the guys physically. I haven't heard that, so we'll see. That'd be nice if it did. Tom Shields says, find out if the AI adjusts shot fatigue in my league for bench players when they become starters for several seasons. Shot fatigue. I don't even think that's a rating, Tom. I haven't seen shot fatigue. I just see stamina, so I don't know. I know stamina adjusts as players get older anyway, so I don't know about that one. Philip King says, do you know if custom soundtracks will be in 2K15 with PC, and do you know if I can use a PS3 controller on PC 2K15? You should be able to use a PS3 controller, but it messes with the configurations a lot, so you're going to have to kind of figure out which button is which. As far as the custom soundtracks, I don't really know, to be honest. Hopefully somebody can answer that question in the comments section, so hopefully you watch and you can check it out. Michael Thomas said, what would you say 2K has improved most from last year's editions with both NBA and WWE? With NBA, man, it's hard to say. It's a lot of things that are better. Y'all gonna, if you haven't read my review already, you'll see the video one coming up. I don't know. It's probably gameplay. No option. I don't know. It's just better game. With WWE 2K15, it's too early to tell, but I say right now, graphics. Austin Edmonds, do you miss the NBA All-Star Weekend feature like in NBA Live 07? I think that would be cool for 2K or Live to add. I think it would be cool too, but I mentioned that at the community team-up, right? Shakedown 2012 said, man, ain't nobody gonna play that. Because I was like, you used to be able to like do a three-point shootout dunk contest outside of going through the whole season. You can't do that this year, and I think it would be cool just to have it in. I mean, what is it really adding? I mean, what is it really, it ain't costing a lot of time, I wouldn't think. Tony Trinkle Jr. says, in 2K, can you now dunk when getting the ball under the basket? It seemed like before all you can do is lay it in. If you shoot with the stick, it's harder to dunk while you're right under the basket. So what I do is when I'm under the basket, I shoot with the box, and you're more apt to dunk if you're holding the turbo. So there's that. Anthony Valorio says, Phil Jackson says the Knicks are a playoff team. Knicks fan here, by the way. Do you think so? Okay, check it out. In my opinion, right now, there's about 9 playoff-like teams in the East. The Bulls, the Cavs, the Hawks, Raptors, the Wizards, the Hornets, the Nets, the Knicks, and the Heat. Okay? I can see it being a fierce battle for that 8th spot with the Hornets, the Nets, and the Knicks. The other ones I think are definitely going to be there. So, to answer the question, I say yes. I say yes. Eric says, when you scan your face on 2K15, will it get your actual head shape as well, or do you have to go in and edit all of that? It doesn't get the head shape, it just gets your face. So you got to change that the whole head thing. But speaking of that, I got a couple things I want to say in regards to the scanning process. So hopefully this will help people out who are having problems. The absolute most important thing to getting a good scan is natural light. We say that over and over, and people have been saying that over and over, but it's important. Balance natural light. So partly sunny, partly cloudy days, you sitting in somewhere where it's slightly, sun on your face, not quite. That's not going to work out as best. You need natural light. Now, some people don't have a situation where they can get that natural light. I didn't. I had to set up lamps literally around the camera, around the sides and the back to create more light. So you ever seen those pictures where the guys are getting their head scanned and they're in there around all of those cameras, all those lights, and there's a white background? You want to try to simulate that as much as possible because you're doing something similar to that process, except for just not with quite as advanced cameras. Secondly, because of the white background, if you can have a white background behind you, that helps too. So that's when I get my best scans. Depending on the light in your room, a good scan or something at least is going to look like you is going to range anywhere from about 3,000 reference points collected all the way up to 5,800 or 6,000. So that's something to keep in mind. Hopefully that helps some people. So Jalen Cook says, what series are you going to do in WWE 2K15? Well, I know I'm going to do my career. And I'm going to do something that highlights people, the community's creations, if we even get a chance to share them, because we haven't heard that yet. So we got to wait and see. And I'm thinking about doing something with Universe. I also like to do, things where I do the simulation. So I'm thinking along those lines. Shrek is Life says, do you think MLB The Show will ever have the storyline for Road to the Show like NBA 2K does for My Career? That's a good question. The Major League Baseball kind of has to be careful with where they do stuff because of the steroid thing and they're really wrecking their image. So they're going to really probably only want things that really make the off the field stuff really shine with the Major League Baseball. So they got to be careful, but I think it would be a good idea. I don't know if it'll ever happen. God is good. Yes, he is. Says, if you join one affiliation and my friend joins another, can I join his park and vice versa in my park? From my understanding of it, once you join a park, that's it. That's where you belong to. But you do get a chance to play against other people from other parks, but you can't jump parks. So that's what I understood. Natty says, does Kinect camera sensor work for face scanning like PS4 and Xbox One? I'm assuming they're talking about Xbox 360. If my assumption is correct with that, then no, you cannot use, because the feature is not available on 360 at all. It is only for next gen systems. So yeah, that kind of sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. Christian Markwart says, is there still going to be a celebrity team, and if there is, who's in it? Thanks. Well, Christian, there's not a celebrity team at all. So no Justin Bieber, none of those other people that were there. I don't think anybody really is going to be too upset about that. Some people probably didn't even realize that team was even on there. So that's that. Norris Peterson has a really interesting question, especially as right up my alley. It says, can we edit the pre-generated draft classes with the My League mode also? So what he's talking about is once you start in My League or My GM and it generates the draft classes, can you go in and edit those draft classes afterwards? During your season, during your save. The answer is no. I tried several times because what would have been cool, I could have started my league, started my GM, and just been working on the draft classes, at the same time. But you can't do it. Jesus died for you. Yes, he did. Is asking, can you max out your my player without playing my part, plus get all the badges? Because I only play my career. You can earn your badges. You earn them at a bronze. The ones you earn at a bronze level, you can purchase VC or use VC to upgrade them to silvers and gold. But yeah, you don't have to play the other modes to go all the way up. JMR2 says, name your top 10 greatest NBA players of all time, and where would you place LeBron if he doesn't make your top 10? Well, LeBron is in my top 10. Number 1 would be Michael Jordan. 2 would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 3rd would be LeBron. 4th would be Magic. 5th would be Bird. 6th would be Akeem Olajuwon. Number 7 would be Wilt Chamberlain. Number 8 would be Kobe Bryant. Number 9 would be Shaq. And 10 would be Duncan. I know I'm going to get all kinds of hate from Kobe fans, but that's my top 10. Cash Kid says, what is better, creative player or my career? Well, it's kind of hard to compare them. They actually kind of work together, Cash Kid. The creative player is really awesome. My career, obviously, neither one of them is better. They both great. They both work together, so it is what it is. Heat Nation 305 says, do you know if there will be a playoffs mode like last year? There's no playoff mode in NBA 2K15. There's nothing where you can set it up and just play the playoffs. I've gone through as many of these things as I could go through in terms of the menu, but I don't see anywhere for that. So I guess that answer to that is no this year. So I don't know that I missed that. A tournament would be nice though. So JMR2's back with another good question. He says, I'm a 76ers fan, but was Andrew Toney ever in a 2K game? Can't wait for your roster. I want to play with the Iceman Gervin. Oh yeah, he's gonna be there, and so is Andrew Toney. Andrew Toney was one of the best shooting guards in the NBA in the 80s. He was a beast. His nickname was the Boston Strangler, which is actually an old serial killer, but it was because of how much he killed the Celtics. He had horrible feet injuries and ended his career at 30, but he was a beast. He's gonna be in the roster. Jonathan Olivier says, in my career during contract negotiations, will we get a dollar value for the contract, or will it be where you just see VC value? That's a good question. I haven't gotten that far yet. I think that happens after your first season, which is a pretty quick season because you sign like mid-year. So I'll let y'all know that when that happens. If somebody already knows, y'all can put it in the comments for us. Miles Wright says, did 2K15 get Elfrid Payton's hair down? It seems like I guess it would be hard to get right. Well, they didn't use any, like, the hair that we get to use for creative players. They got his own special hair. It's about right. It looks a little, the texture might be a little bit off, but the style is definitely where it's supposed to be. So I think it's cool. So this one's long. Jack Denton said, sorry, I wanted to say too much. Hope this is okay. You rock. All right. Thanks, Jack. Have you heard anything about any new baseball video game or anything from 2K about baseball? You rock. Thanks. If they put as much into the MLB 2K as Ronnie 2K and the others put as much effort in the NBA 2K, then they could make a good game. That's true, but I just don't think that they have the guys that are talented enough on the baseball side from a visual standpoint, the graphics and the animation, to really compete with the show. Show has a huge lead right about now. Jack Dolitsky says, will there be new cutscenes after your second season in my career? I don't know. I hope so, man. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm hoping so. I'm pretty sure it will be, though, because you got the whole Doc Rivers angle, so I can't imagine that'll be in there and there's no new cutscenes. So without seeing it for myself, I'm pretty sure that probably is the case. Matt Price, my dog, says, do you think if NFL 2K5 was regular price, EA wouldn't have gotten the exclusive license, or was that inevitable? You know what? A lot of people don't realize NFL approached EA about the exclusive license. They said, do you want it? EA, of course, said yes. So people be mad at EA about that, but really it's the NFL that eliminated the competition in their gaming market. So, I don't think the pricing of NFL 2K had anything to do with it. I just think that, that's just the way it went. He also says, with the flagrant fouls, ejections is based off of your player's emotion. And if ejected enough, can you be suspended? So basically, yes, flagrant fouls are in there as well as ejections, and it is based off of the person's personality and all of that, the emotional set in the ratings, but there's no suspensions for if you get, a certain amount. At least not that they said. So let's see. And another question he says is, what year do you think 2K will be able to make a football game? For some reason, I think it's coming soon. Like in the next 2 years. I've just heard rumblings around about it, and I really think it's coming. I do. I don't know how they're going to approach it, but I really think it's coming. Dwayne B. Johnson says, hey, how was it to play on ball D this year? 2K14 was very floaty to me. How is 2K15? I kind of feel what you're saying. Some of that floatiness is still there, but what helps is there's so much more collision detection this year, so much more being able to interact with the ball. 2K15 is a defensive game. It is really a defensive game. And I think the gameplay is so much better for it. Melvin Daniels says, how many minutes you play to get a realistic score and stats? Have a blessed day, and thank you. You too, brother. I play 9 minutes. 9 minutes to me gives me the most realistic stats that, there. But that's what I've been playing since 2K14. I gotta keep doing this on 2K15 to make sure that's still the case. Because, man, as defensive as the game plays, you might have to get 12 minutes to get the real score. And I think that's pretty dope, even though who wants to play 12 minutes? Hey, whatever. Like this video, subscribe, follow, and keep on asking FP. Peace.